Okay, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Karen. I'm the founder and president of A Sister's Legacy, and I am with the marvelous Martha, and she is the...
I am with Oak Cliff Cultivators, and we are a farm to table for all hemp and CBD products.
Yeah, co-owner, boss mama. So today we are talking about anxiety. Last time our topic of conversation was depression. And if you did not get to hear about that, please go check our YouTube, check our social media, all the things. But today our topic is anxiety. So as a therapist, I see clients that have anxiety on pretty much a daily basis. But I also have anxiety. Turns out so does Martha.
Yes, me too. I do too.
And so we're talking about anxiety today because it's something that can affect our everyday life. Some symptoms of anxiety can be like avoidance. Some people get physical symptoms. Maybe they sweat, they shake, or they just have general nervousness or anxiety about the next day in the future. And so there's some really cool ways that you can deal with anxiety that maybe you haven't thought of or aren't traditional. And so I really wanted Martha to talk to us today about one of their products that I take on a regular basis for anxiety.
Yes, me too. I use it as well. So for me, anxiety is, I see like 13 different things when I really just need to focus on the one so that I can get to the next, but I'm so overwhelmed by it. And so for me, we actually have a product that I love. It's in my purse. I actually pulled mine out. I wrote sample on there, so I wouldn't accidentally sell it. But these are little Amplify mints. These mints are only 3 milligrams, and they have 2 very major cannabinoids in them. They have THCV, which is going to be more of the THCV as a cannabinoid doesn't get you high, but what it does is it helps create this sense of calm in your body. So THCV is a great cannabinoid. It's great to release that, lower your serotonin levels, allowing you to feel a little more calm. But it's also really good in many different ways. One of them is giving you a boost of energy. Sometimes anxiety keeps me from moving forward. So it gives you that little boost of energy. It's also known to help a lot with focus and attention, which is what I need when I'm trying to focus on the one thing. But then it also has THC in it, Delta 9 THC, which is what helps with that is it really creates that sense of calm. I feel chilled out, but it's a nice little microdose. The THC is only 1.5 milligrams, and the THC is only 1.5 milligrams. So we're looking at a 3 milligram dose, and it's just a small little mint. So I just take my little mint and I just place it on my tongue, let it dissolve, and it just creates a sense of calm for me within about 30 minutes. It's one of my favorites. I keep it in my purse at all times.
Yeah, I really love the Amplify mints because, when you think of THC, often people think of
feeling stoned.
Feeling stoned. Like, I know I personally did not have great experiences the first time I tried it when I was in high school, and it led to a really horrible situation. So it took me a long time to kind of step back and realize that like this can actually be very medicinal. And for me, having taken anxiety medication and having taken Xanax and knowing what that makes my body feel like, I really love this alternative because it's more natural and it doesn't leave me feeling depleted.
Right. Yeah, me too.
And that's the challenge. Like when you have high functioning anxiety, you're used to working and living at like a high pace.
You are.
Like I used to work in a position where I was like managing tons of people's scheduling, and we called it the Tetris match because it was me trying to fit people into a schedule and make everything work. And so I was used to functioning with this high level anxiety, and then at the end of the day I just felt so drained and depleted.
Yeah.
So those mints really help level me out because I'm
too.
also removing myself from some of those stressful situations.
Exactly.
Because stress and anxiety can feel like being disconnected from the world. It can feel like being uncontrollably worried and like spiraling.
Yes.
The spiral. So like when I was in school, it was like, well, if I don't pass this test, then I'm not going to pass the class. And if I don't pass the class, I'm not going to graduate high school. But if I don't graduate high school, then I'm not going to go to college. And then what will my life be?
Yeah.
And so...
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So that really helps me. But I've also learned some cool techniques of things that I can do to slow myself down when I'm in those high anxiety situations. This is a little fun guide called Cards Against Anxiety. One of my interns actually brought it one day, and I was like, all right, well, I will be buying that. But it's got these fun little cards, and you can choose one And so I grabbed a couple that I liked that are little exercises you can do. One of the big important things when you have anxiety is breathing. Like when we are stressed, we breathe from up here and we're not taking those deep belly breaths and really filling our body with oxygen. So that's one of the cards. Another one is called Worry Date. And it seems kind of silly, but if you schedule a time to worry, it can actually kind of clear your mind a little bit. I will put that on my calendar and be like 3 p.m.
I'm gonna worry.
That's my
this
date.
time.
And that kind of helps me put things in perspective. And it allows me to separate myself from the situation a little bit.
And I could see you even like writing that down. I'll worry about that later.
Journal.
Yes, journaling. I love
Journal.
journaling.
If I need to rip it up and throw it away after, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then all the feels. So an important thing to know and understand, like we can intellectually know these things, but putting them into practice is difficult.
Yeah.
And so I say, repeat after me.
Yeah.
Feelings are not facts.
Oh, feelings are not facts.
Yeah,
I
separating
like
what you are feeling from the actual facts of what's going on can help you take effective action to sort a problem out. And that's something that's huge for us with anxiety because everything becomes an immediate need.
It does, yeah.
And so I think it's important for us to slow down and realize that yes, our feelings are valid. Yes, our feelings are important, but that doesn't mean that that has to define our whole day.
Right, you're right.
So I think these two things are really a great combination for me personally.
Agreed. And I'll tell you, a lot of people come into our store and the number one reason they're coming in is because they're trying to deal with the fast pace of society as today. And they're trying to find ways, holistic ways, or different alternatives that will allow them to control the anxiety that they feel. Or they sometimes don't know what that feels like. Is it anxiety? Am I depressed? And sometimes one leads to the other. And so it's how do we control these variables and manage them in a way that you can take back your own health and wellness.
Yeah, and that's really, I kind of think the point of why we're doing what we're doing. Like the intersectionality of, you know, all of our different types of wellness, it's so important because if one part of your area of your life is not well, it's going to set the others off. Everything's kind of a system. So that's why we think it's so important to team up because if you're just going to therapy, but you maybe don't have the extra thing that you need during the day, because the reality is sometimes repeating these mantras to yourself just isn't enough.
Right. And you just need a little help.
Yeah, and then sometimes medicating without really digging into the why behind we're feeling these feelings.
Correct.
Not necessarily enough either.
Exactly.
So I really appreciate your time. We have some great stuff coming up. Definitely keep a lookout.
Yeah, we'll be having a meetup here pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll be doing another pop-up. And then also, those of you who are watching and are Sisters Legacy fans, we have come up with a really great 10% off discount.
Yes.
And so if you come in and you mention Sisters Legacy, you'll get 10% off of your order.
You sure will.
And there's so much wonderful stuff to choose from.
And when you walk into our store, it is going to be identifying what your needs are. That's why everything's behind the counter, because we want to talk to you. We want to make sure that the product you're getting is right for you. Yeah. And we are all about low dose and just helping you go slow and find the right product.
Yeah, low and slow.
Low and slow. So mention Sisters Legacy and we'll make sure to give you your 10% discount.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Check us out online. We have social media. We're a Sisters Legacy are all of our handles.
Oak Cliff Cultivators is ours.
Yeah, and we really appreciate your time and your commitment to making your life better and the lives of everyone else around you too.
That's right. Come by, see us, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, thank you.